Hey everybody, here's a quick market update for you. Everything that's going on in the greater Phoenix area, and it's mid-March, going into March Madness. Check this out. Okay, everybody, I want to start off with appreciation. What's been happening since 2021? We had a big buildup in price, and we finally hit the peak about mid 2022. Then we had another slump. As you know, Phoenix real estate is up and down, up and down. 25 years doing this. There's a lot of ups and downs, but mostly for the actual, when you look at the big picture, it's usually gone up. The general trend has gone up with a lot of volatility in between. You can see since the market really recovered in 20, market's pretty much been flat in the greater Phoenix area. However, please note that depending on the municipality you're in, it's been a little bit up or maybe a little bit more down, but typically flat is where you can say we've been since the last couple of years. But in certain areas like Gilbert, for example, it's actually gone up a little bit. All depends on the amount of supply in the area and what we're looking at from a demand and supply situation. Now look at the mortgage rates, friends. It's been hovering around 6% since September 25, a little up and down, up and down. Sometimes we went under 6. And whenever that happens, we get a lot more mortgage applications going through. So I think we're going to continue to see pressure on the markets to see these rates go down. And when we get into the mid fives, it's going to get really, really nice. But right now we're hovering a little around above 6. Now, what does that mean to you? Let's start talking about that. That means to you that if you factor in a principal and interest payment and actually estimate $400 for taxes and insurance, if you look at the Maricopa area, okay, Maricopa median sales price, that county, at a 30-year mortgage with 10% down, you're paying $29.96 at a 6% rate, okay? Now, that's a lot better than what people might think. So a lot of people think they're locked out of the housing market. Actually, this is something a lot of people can afford. They just don't think it's possible. The only way you can know if it's possible, you got to contact me so I can get you with my lending partner and we can see what your purchasing power is. Okay, so that's a good graphic for you to check out. Now, this is the overall supply and demand index, the market index for Maricopa County and Pinal County, the greater Phoenix area. Okay, got a supply that is at balance at 100. Right there at balance, we have the demand that's actually higher, which is good. Demand is going up, but overall, the index, the overall market index is lower than balance. So it's still a little sluggish. It's still a little sluggish. We have some areas that are sluggish. We've taken out a lot of inventory. All right. Look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Supply continues to go up. That's why we're seeing some sluggishness in the market. But overall, it's going in the right direction. And that's important for you to know. We're still in a buyer's market. We're still in a buyer's market, and there's only been about 3 or 4 over the last 20 to 25 years. And we're in a buyer's market, and it continues to drag down into a buyer's market. So right now, people are saying, maybe I should just wait. Well, the prices really haven't done much in the last couple of years. We don't see them going down anytime soon with any significant impact, but we do see the possibility of rates going down. So it's now time for you to start really looking at this market because things can change on a dime and you never know where the bottom of the market is. All right. So right now we got a lot of buyers who are out there going, yeah, we're going to offer pretty low prices. We're going to ask for a lot. And yeah, right now about 50% of transactions going through escrow, there is a concession given by the seller. So buyers have been very aggressive and many of these are actually being accepted. And that's why you're seeing the market in the greater Phoenix area, it's gone down about 1%, okay, in the last year or so. But again, pretty flat. Now, again, this is where you look at different markets, right? Everything's different. You got Chandler and Gilbert leading the pack. They're up there as far as sellers markets because their supply is low. It's very desirable to live there. And then you have buyers markets all the way at the bottom. Always on the periphery, typically Santan Valley, Surprise, Cream Creek, Maricopa, Buckeye. You see a big blow up of supply. A lot of listings hit the market. Takes a while for them to get absorbed, right? And that takes a while. So that becomes a buyer's market. So it all depends on where you're looking in the valley. Days on market, they're sitting at 36 in the greater Phoenix area between the time you put that listing on the market and when you get an accepted contract. So my friends, I've been doing this for 25 years. I know the market. I know every municipality. I know what the rates are. I know what the prices are. I know how to negotiate offers for my buyers and get top dollar for the sellers. So let us know what we can do for you. Let us know if this is helpful for you. And if there's anything else you want to see, what else can we provide for you?